Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack a step-by-step guide designed to help you switch off that autopilot and start making more intentional actions. It's all about giving you back some control in your daily life.
So let me ask you something. Do you ever feel like you're just stuck on autopilot? You find yourself reacting in ways and later you think, why did I do that? It's almost like you're just a passenger, watching your own habits play out.
Well, what if you could finally grab the steering wheel? That's what we're digging into today. Now, this isn't some quick fix. It's a structured 7-day journey called the Conscious Choice Protocol. And it's all about giving you the tools to understand why you do what you do so you can make some real, lasting changes.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the autopilot problem itself. Then, we're going to walk through the 3 big phases: becoming a detective of your own behavior, uncovering the why behind it, and then, the fun part, choosing how you want to respond. We'll wrap it all up with how to make these new habits actually stick.
All right, first things first, why do we get stuck in these ruts anyway? Well, it's because so much of our life is run on autopilot. We're guided by these deep-seated habits that completely bypass our conscious mind. Let's take a look at how that actually works. And this is the core idea, and it's actually really empowering. Your behaviors, they aren't set in stone. They're learned. And believe it or not, they always serve some kind of purpose, even the unhelpful ones. But here's the best part. With a little awareness, you can absolutely change them.
This timeline gives you the whole journey at a glance. You can see how each day builds on the last one. We move from simply noticing what's going on to actively choosing new ways of being. Okay, let's dive into phase 1. For the first 2 days, you have one job and one job only: become a detective. You're just gathering clues about your own experience. You're not a judge, you're not delivering a verdict, you're just observing.
So on day 1, you just pick one single behavior to focus on. Let's say it's mindlessly scrolling on your phone. Then you just track the triggers. What happens right before you pick up the phone? On day 2, you get into the details of your automatic response. What do you think? What do you feel? What do you actually do? And remember, the goal here is just pure curiosity. No self-criticism allowed. So now you've gathered the what and the when of your behavior. It's time to dig a little deeper. Phase 2 is all about getting to the root cause, the why. Day 3 is about asking one really important question. What need is this behavior trying to meet? Is it comfort? A sense of control? Once you know the need, you can start brainstorming healthier ways to meet it. This leads right into day 4, where you start to identify that inner narrator. Those limiting beliefs like, I'm not good enough, that keep us all stuck. And this is where the magic really happens. Look at the power of this simple shift. Going from I can't change to I am capable of learning and growing starts to completely rewrite your internal script. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing a more helpful, more realistic story to live by. Okay, this brings us to the final and most active phase. This is where all that observation and understanding turns into real, intentional action. The key to this whole phase is creating a gap. See, the trigger is still going to happen, but your automatic reaction, that doesn't have to. By intentionally creating just a tiny pause between the two, you find the space and the power to make a totally different choice. So here are the steps in action. On day 5, you practice the STOP method. Stop, take a breath, observe, and then proceed with your new choice. Day 6, you mentally rehearse your new response before you even try it. Then you practice it for real. And day 7 is all about looking back, reflecting on how it went, and planning for the future. Because this process doesn't just end on day 7, right? The real goal is to turn this week of focused work into a sustainable, long-term practice that you can carry with you. And a simple tracking tool like this one can be invaluable. The goal is not a perfect score, not at all. It's about seeing your own data, recognizing your patterns, celebrating the small wins, and getting these really powerful insights into how you operate. The secret to making these changes last is just integrating small, consistent actions into your daily life. We are not talking about a massive overhaul here. It's about small, mindful moments, setting an intention in the morning, taking a few conscious pauses during the day, and just reflecting for a minute or two at night. I think the real takeaway here is this. This isn't about fixing yourself in 7 days. It's about gaining a set of tools for a lifelong journey of self-awareness.
The goal is to just approach yourself with compassion, with curiosity, and knowing that every single day is a brand new opportunity to choose. So, we've just walked through the entire map for understanding your own behavior. The only question left is for you. What's the first thing you'll choose to understand? Your journey really starts with that choice.